All right, with a full-on studio, I could do this a little better, perhaps. Meanwhile, let's check out the newest additions to the Tsumeb collection. This is a duftite on dolomite. Many of these came from the Hall of Gems and Clive Owen through Chris Johnson. I think all of them came from those figures. So this is duftite on dolomite. There's a question mark about that on the label. There we go. So yeah, this is raw footage. Maybe I'll edit it. No, I'm not going to edit it this time. I'm going to learn how to edit though. This is nice stuff. So Tsumeb is a green hill. It was a giant hill of malachite that for a long, long time the locals there would trade these boulders of green rock for other things. These outsiders came in and knew how to smelt the green rock, melt the copper down in giant termite mounds. They had these. So you fill the termite mound with fire and copper. That's a malachite on dolomite question mark as well. I have to dig into these a little more. Like I said, these just arrived. It says calcite. It feels more like smithsonite to me. I have to talk to some people that are more expert than I am about these things. It's really cool though. It's cobalt-ium, whatever it is, cobalt content. Anyway, back to the Green Hill. And this other tribe would come in and trade them for their rocks. And then they would smelt them in the termite mounds. And the result, they'd carve channels into the dirt outside of so the melted copper would run down these channels, and they would use those channels and form the shape of tools. That one's a calcite on dolomite. So this is one of the largest copper deposits ever anywhere in the world, and also one of the most prolific. This is a malachite. This is a really cool malachite though. Super fibrous. Pretty stable too. It's not breaking off or anything while I'm holding it. So this is what they were after, except they didn't care about the green parts, the pretty parts. They just wanted to melt the copper, and this is on a piece of copper. This is a perfect example without even planning it. And then it's one of the most prolific kinds of minerals found anywhere in the world. This is smithsonite. This is a zinc ore of sorts, and they weren't doing anything with zinc back then. I'm not sure when they started using zinc primarily. I know they used it in pennies in 1943 in America. Anyway, I like smithsonite a lot. It's really grown on me. There's lots of colors, lots of styles. This is really great. This is a Cerucite and smithsonite. This is all Tsumeb except for the second to last two pieces. So this is a smithsonite. That's what the label says anyway. I got to examine them a little closer too. Oh, Cerucite. That's the Cerucite right there on smithsonite. All the greenish stuff is smithsonite. Got to check with Carl and see if that might be galena matrix. That one goes there. Where did that one go? Huh. That's weird. Oh, there. I moved it around. Look at me, because that's an empty in the middle. This is interesting. This is a smelter copper piece. So it's a piece of copper that's actually been around so long that it appears to have grown cuprite on the surface of it, which is a crystalline. So if this is actually smelter copper, which I would believe, it looks melted. Maybe it's got other minerals with it too, and that's why it's like, I don't know, pretty neat. Another thing I got to look into a little bit, but that looks like cuprite, that darker red stuff on the surface there and on the back. It almost looks like silver there, but I don't know. Lots of research to do. That's what I love about rocks, is chasing down the research, finding out more and more about them as I go. Now this, Cerucite and Azurite, this might be my favorite of the bunch. There's a giant Cerucite crystal, a couple of them right there on the front, and Azurite, a base of, or matrix of Azurite and Malachite with nice Azurite crystals as well. And it may be as well on galena. Again, checking with Carl on that to see. He's my local Tsumeb expert. Local to this part of the world, anyway. The next is one of those things I collect. I love to collect copper in calcite. And here we go, copper in calcite. This is my first piece that I can remember from Tsumeb. And it's on styrofoamite, which I've started collecting styrofoamite now too. Because you imagine people want to take their rocks. Come on, focus. Let's try the zoom. And there we go. Yeah. Anyway, people find rocks on styrofoam and they want to get rid of the styrofoam. So styrofoam is becoming more and more rare, less and less prevalent. This is what the old timers used to do. They'd use Elmer's glue and styrofoam and glue their rock right on there for a nice base to look at it and enjoy it. All right, and then we got 2 generations of smithsonite with malachite, and I think there might be some other stuff on here too. I might have to wait for the my Tsumeb expert to get here in person. But if you look at that, there's some really cool colors, and looks like cuprite in the middle there too. A little sandwich of cuprite, maybe some. I don't know what the blue might be. I would think, oh, smithsonite, probably smithsonite. Yep, 2 generations of smithsonite, and then here's a cuprian smithsonite. I think it could use some good cleaning. I'm hoping that I can be the one to clean it, that I know what I'm doing enough to do that. Oh yeah, man, it should have been zoomed the whole time. Sorry when I switch over to grab a rock out that you're going through a zoom on the carpet phase. And here's a calcite. So it says, it looks like there might be some more than just calcite going on with that. Did I finish the story of Tsumeb? No, you can never finish the story of Tsumeb. I want to go back so bad. There's nothing going on there mineral-wise that you can really participate in. I cannot read that. Dolomite, smithsonite. Oh, I don't know-ite. Dolomite, smithsonite. It's all kinds of stuff. This is a rock for Carl to help me figure out. So close here. I'm hoping to start getting into more better photography. I have some motivation to do it now. I have some equipment. I just have to get back into it. Oh, maybe after Sunday. All right, one more smithsonite. Nope. Yeah, one more smithsonite. Oh, yeah. And then I'll do the scorpions since they're in the flat, even though this was a journey through smithsonite. So, not smithsonite, Tsumeb. Duftite and smithsonite is what it says. I think there might be some labels mixed up. I'll find out. This looks like it might be duftite with dolomite. Maybe it's smithsonite. Maybe that's smithsonite right there, the powder blue stuff. But what was really neat, and I wonder who before me did this and knew that these two go together. Immediately, as soon as I saw them, I'm like, oh, wow, look at that. Those two go together. They belong together. They were broken apart, not sawn, cracked. So anyway, that's the Tsumeb flat, my newest Tsumeb flat. Let's see. Oh, some other stuff in the background there. Let's go for a single. Anyway, thanks for joining me on a journey through treasure. Have a great day.